Hey, what's going on, everybody? Sorry for the wait, the hatred, the anger, the agony, and the pain, as well as the anguish, guys. Sorry about that. All right, guys, so let's get this thing popping and let's get going. Had to kind of struggle with some technical difficulties, as always, but this time, unlike other times, we were able to fix them. So, hope you guys are doing fantastic and well and awesome. Feeling good today on this Proof of Keys event, Thursday, January the 3rd, kicking off the new year very well. Let's get into this. Let me pull up the charts. And we'll start cracking this crypto, guys. Cracking this crypto. How are you guys doing this morning, man? Hopefully you guys are doing good. I'm doing good. Today was a good day. Today has been a good day. All right. Let me pull open. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. I command you to work. It doesn't want to work. There we go. Beautiful. Fantastic. All right. Let me pull open the chat. Yeah, sorry for the long wait. I'm happy to see you guys. We're keeping yourselves busy, man. Jurgen Ernst, good morning to you. James Glenn, Michael Fariallo, Cannon, man. Hey, you're new. I haven't seen you before. Welcome, man. Xantimus Crypto, what's going on? Caribbean Crypto Show, what's going on, man? And Crypto Mex, hey, what's going on, dude? Gabriel as well. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Gabe Anderson, hi. Let's see if I know anybody else in the chat. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Hey, Gaming Master Dan, what's going on, man? Fifth Ronin, hey, Koila, Tyler Heel, hey, what's going on, guys? Hopefully you guys are feeling good and fantastic on this beautiful day today. So, beautiful world. Hey, what's going on? All right, so today, feeling pretty bearish, I'm not going to lie. So, I had talked about this yesterday. So, the trading group, I had been in a long position from the bounce off the 200-period simple moving average when I got the crossovers on my oscillators as well, looking to take that up to my preferred short area here. So, oh, you know what I just realized? I just realized something. Hold on just a second. I got a new keyboard. I don't have it installed yet. It's not as clickety-clackety. Okay, got that figured out. Just realized something embarrassing about one of the trades. Had to fix that, man. DJ Spin, what's going on from North Carolina? Daniel, your chart changing colors, this mess there. This mess there in my head. It's not changing colors too bad. I've kind of kept it, I've tried hard to keep it fairly congruent now. Terrence Mass, hey, good morning. Looking forward to signing up. I'm really learning a lot, and you have an awesome energy, bro. Thank you for the content. Well, thank you, Terrence Mass. I can't wait to see you in the trading group, man. We're killing it, man. Thomas Knudsen, hey, you know, there's a really good Knudsen. I wonder if you're related. Frederick Knudsen. He does Down the Rabbit Hole, has a fantastic channel on YouTube. If you guys are interested in kind of getting to some of those like deep, dark, nitty gritty secrets of the underbelly of the internet, guy's got a fantastic program. You guys should go check that channel out. Charmaine from South Africa. And oh man, I'm going to say your name wrong. I'm going to say your name wrong. Skin K? That can't be right. If it is right, that's an awesome name. Greetings from Denmark. Greetings from America, man. Good to see you, bro. All right, so good energy in the chat, guys. Feeling good today. Okay. It's going to be a hit and miss on how long I can do the show today, but we're going to go as long as YouTube will let me broadcast. All right, so let's go over to spot price and look at spot price first. Okay. So this is the play. This actually needs to be shifted on over here to XBT, okay? Because I realized that I had just popped this on before the show, and obviously I am entering my positions on XBT. But we'll go with spot price to kind of see, so we'll just go ahead and hide that for now. But you guys, that is pretty telling of my bias on this particular level. So let's zoom out. Let's start with the daily. Okay, so this is something that I'd kind of noticed, just the side pattern, just a side note. Okay, so a series of green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red. Oh, 2 greens in a row. 2 greens in a row. Don't get over your skis. Don't get overly excited. We were coming right up to that diagonal resistance line that I had charted out previously that was established from these 2 previous rallies that were failed rallies, did not have follow through, ended up having significant pullback to the downside. Now, traditionally, this was looking very bullish, and we took the bullish trade off of it, guys. We went short on the swing failure point right here on the SFP trade right here, took that down short to the support line right here, and then we decided to go long. That's how the trading group was playing this out. And then pretty much out of the long now, because the way that I trade is that I use trailing stops, or I manually adjust my stop loss to reflect take profit levels once they've been surpassed. So an example of this is when I enter into a trade, I have a stop loss. When the trade begins to move in my favor, I start trailing that stop loss up. As soon as I hit take profit level 1, whatever my take profit level is for that trade, my stop loss is immediately at or above my entry point so that my profit is locked in. Plus, I've already removed capital off the table of the trade from hitting my first take profit level and having my limit order sell filled, or my buy filled if I'm covering a short. Then, if we hit take profit level 2, my stop immediately goes to, at, or above take profit level 1. Take profit level 3, again, the same thing. So in this way, I'm always looking to lock in profits, guys. And then, hey, GTMKIV, thanks for the sub on YouTube, man. Welcome. Let's see here. 5:30 in Thailand. You woke me up, man. Hey, happy to do that, man. It's time to get up and get to the charts, guys. Michael Farielli, found this channel yesterday, second time here. What's up, everyone? Hey, glad to have you in here, man. So, CryptoMex says bots always secure profits. Thanks, man. Yes, absolutely. Always want to lock those profits in. And guys, again, there are different cycles of the market. There are different types of trading. And even though we've had some nice bullish runs, the reality of the situation is that at this current stage, just as if when we go back over here, just as in when we entered this market cycle right here, guys, we exited the level of a strongly trending market. Obviously, we had a very strongly upwards trending market, and this was a very strongly downwards trending market until right about here. And then we entered into a range-bound market, guys, where the market pretty much goes sideways. And at those levels of the market, at those times in the market, what's going to be your best friend? Oscillators. Oscillators are going to be your best friend. Now, my strategy heavily revolves around volume profile, volume, and horizontal support and resistance. However, I do use my oscillators to really help me out in range-bound markets with correctly identifying key turning points in the market. So if you are trading right now using on a higher time frame like the daily, the 6-hour, or the 4-hour, those are going to be your meso time frames as opposed to your daily chart. Those are going to help you trade. I really don't see the validity at this current point in time trading on the weekly chart. The weekly chart was very helpful, can be very helpful for giving you directional bias, but let's just be frank here. Almost nobody that is going to be watching this channel, or myself, having a portfolio less than $1 million, which I'll be frank with you, I do have less than $1 million portfolio. Nobody's going to be trading on the weekly time frame, except for to look at that to get directional bias. Now, I'm a short-term trader. I do take swing trades, and I do look for long-term positional trades. But the reality of the situation is, hey, Adam Ramsey, good to see you, man. Thanks for the sub on YouTube. But the reality of the situation is we're not in a strongly trending market at this point in time. Obviously, we are still in that bear cycle, so the bears can attack at any moment. But that's quite different from us in a very pronounced strong downtrend with very little relief, continuing to move down, brief rally right here, continuing to move down. We now have, since this point in time, since we touched down on 3,500, entered into a range-bound market. So especially on the shorter time frames, especially for the last 2 weeks, honestly. So oscillators are going to be your best friend. Looking for key overbought and oversold levels is where you're going to want to take positional trades, and then just trading to the upside, very short term, trading to the downside, very short term. Very profitable way to take the market right now, and that's just the cycle that we're in. If you want to be in long-term directional positions right now, again, as I was talking to another premium subscriber earlier, it's different depending on the size of your portfolio. If you have over a $50,000 portfolio in cryptocurrency that you're actively managing, I highly recommend that you do something what the professionals do, what I do, which is where you are both long and short on futures contracts or on multiple accounts. For example, if you're using BitMEX, you can be long on the H19 contract while you are simultaneously short on the M19 contract. As the market gives you strong indications that it is beginning to trend in one direction or the other, you begin to reduce from one position size and add to the other. In this way, you are securing the USD value of your portfolio because you are both long and short, so you are net neutral. Your portfolio is protected from volatility, and you can also use a side account, your trading bag, which is generally, depending on how conservative you want to be, anywhere from 5 to 30% of your portfolio, of your total portfolio that you are generally using for investment purposes. That's what you're using to take short-term trades on the perpetual swap contract, for example, or to trade altcoins on BitMEX, for example. And then you can have a separate, obviously this is not applicable to Binance because you cannot go short on Binance. That's why you need to be, I believe, at this point in the market, very strongly protecting your capital by being both long and short and being hedged. If you have, even if you don't, I mean, it's very different if you've only got like $5,000 and you're just trying to be a trader and you're learning and you're in the early stages. Okay, maybe this strategy doesn't necessarily apply to you, but if you have a significant amount of capital that you are relying on as an income, as I do, as a trader, this is my job. If this goes bust, my daughter doesn't eat. You do have to make sure that you are religiously paying attention to risk management and that you are diligently hedging the USD value of your portfolio, because at the end of the day, I got to pay my bills in cash. All right, man. Hey, Bitcoin, happy to see you, man. Happy to see you. Alex, great stream. Glad I found you. Hey, I'm glad you found us too, man. Adrian Morin says, hi, are you bullish or bearish on Ethereum right now? I am still tentatively bullish. Bitcoin says, I exited my Ethereum yesterday, waiting 111 wave 5 is coming soon. Yes, man, it could be wave 5. Wave 5 will be huge unless it's truncated. And of course, on a higher time frame, it could just be wave 3 of 4. Of course, it could just break down into an ABC zigzag pattern. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, that's my take on Elliott wave analysis. Sorry, man. Oh, I just realized I even got my lighting on, guys. How unprofessional. Jesus. All right. Sorry, guys. Adrian Morin says, am I long or short? I am actually not in a position right now myself today. It's proof of keys. I'm not actively trading today. But as an analyst for the premium trading group, I am setting up the position for a short. We're actually looking to enter into a short when this, depending on how far this little pump up goes. Now, we did have very nice volume on this bearish candlestick, this completely bearish engulfing candlestick that wiped out a previous level of support. Price is now retesting the previous breakdown zone. Now, whether it retests and breaks down from the support level right here, which is where it's currently getting resistance, looking at horizontal support and resistance, that would be your likely area number one looking here on the charts. Now, if we do actually open up my object tree and go back to that risk reward short that I had pointed out, you can actually see where I would like to optimally enter. Now, this can be a little misleading because I would like to actually optimally enter in between here and in between this level right here, obviously managing my risk above the local swing high, because if we do penetrate that local swing high, then most likely we are going to go higher, and I will look for a higher opportunity to enter into a better position short in this area right here, in my overall short entry right here. Again, I've been very consistent about this, about my about my current outlook on Bitcoin. Again, I am targeting the channel. If we go to the daily chart, you can see actually how I have constructed this trend line. How I've constructed this trend line, again, measuring from the highs of failed rallies and measuring from the actual candle body closes of failed rallies. This gives me a nice channel to be looking to open up positional shorts for. And I have key areas where I definitely want to be out of trades. Above the local high, which would be putting in a higher high, which Bitcoin has not done yet. So if Bitcoin is able to put in a higher high, then I begin to look for a long opportunity. And I begin to potentially consider the fact that, holy crap, guys, the inverted head and shoulders did complete itself against all odds. But until that happens, I'm going to be looking for a short, guys, at this point in time. Again, the market is range bound. It looks to me as if 3100, 3200 has put in our local support. That is where our weekly 200 period simple moving average is. Again, that's the only metric that anybody can point to that is actually holding price up, guys. Ichimoku isn't giving you one of those support levels. There's no other. I mean, you could like fabricate. You'd be like, well, bro, clearly the 198 week exponential moving average was the support level. Come on, dude. No. It's the 200 period simple moving average. Nobody looks at the 198 period exponential moving average. Nobody looks at any of this other weird crap. No serious traders do. No bots, algos, institutional traders. None of them are looking at the 198 day godforsaken exponential moving average. Let's see here. Jay Constant. Dude. Jay, I fucking love you, man. I bought Bitcoin today. Will it go up in the short term? Potentially, yes. Could do this, could do that. Here, the way that I'm playing the markets, the way that I potentially see this playing out is that I do expect to see follow through on this bearish candle right here. I expect us to get a little bit of a pump right here, just as a natural reaction from so much selling. We are going to see a natural rise. Looking for less, either potentially a 50% retracement of this candle. If we start to go above that, then again, you classically would begin to be a little bullish based on candlestick analysis. If you were just looking at candlestick analysis, you'd say, well, we actually have retraced 50% of the bearish engulfing candle. This is potentially a bullish engulfing candle. Looking at a harami, oh my God, we're going to the moon. But the reality of the situation is that you have to look at your overall trend. Key levels of support and resistance. What are your oscillators doing? What is the volume profile doing? Where are your breakdown zones? And we just had a SFP. We just had a swing failure. So in that sense, I am definitely expecting the market to move down. Again, if we actually look at the 200 period simple moving average on the 4-hour chart, we can see a level that has acted as support 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Now, looking for a fifth test of that, simple moving average. And again, it's also horizontal support and resistance. And okay, so not quite previous resistance. Actually, this test right here was actually the retest of previous support, which is why I said in yesterday's stream, if we actually do end up going down below this level right here at 36.73, looking at spot price, that is going to be a break of support, and it's going to be the onus is going to be on the market to establish a new support level. So when support breaks, I go short. I get absolute confirmation that I need to be in a short trade right now, yesterday, today, and I will look to take that to the downside and wait for Bitcoin to establish new support. Where might that support be, you may ask? Well, we do have several levels. Looking at horizontal support and resistance, clearly the level of 34.17 to 33.43 could come in as support. It's a HVN, it's a high volume node. We could see support near the top of that range. Again, that would be support here. We see the same thing that we see like right here. So you see right here, we have resistance. Price breaks out of resistance right here. Okay, so sorry. Let's look at the longer example. So, okay, so price is trending down. Price makes a double bottom right here off a support level. Price moves up, finds resistance right here. Okay, finds resistance right here, moves back down, pulls back to try to test that level, that previous resistance level as resistance again, does not quite make it. This is your signal to be going short, like once you see that this rally has failed, coming back down here. We break down below the support level here, which is your indication to go short. We're breaking down below 4-hour candle body close support. Again, depending on what time frame you're looking at, this can change, but the overall analysis or the overall strategy is the same. You break down below that key level of support, you need to be going short. It's very simple, guys. You break support, you go short. You break resistance, you go long. I mean, it's very, very simple. I mean, it can be more complicated and nuanced than that. You have to look at the overall trend and everything, but the underlying strategy is still the same. So you break support, you put in some new support down here around that $3,100, $3,200 area. You have not retested that area as support. So generally, when you retest support, it tends to hold on the second and or third time. Okay. The more times that you test support, the more likely it is that you will end up breaking that support, just as we saw with 6,000. Okay. Look, we tested it 5 times, I believe we tested it. Well, let's go back. Yes. Okay. Sorry. So once, twice, 3, 4, 5. And then we just consolidate along that bottom, guys. We just consolidate along that bottom. And honestly, here's the thing. Here's what I don't like. I don't like traders or analysts who look back in time and say, oh, well, of course you should have done this. Of course the market was going to do that. When you hear that, run away, because it's not to say that they can't be right about other things, but insofar as that goes, they're just being a jerk. Because if 10 years of trading has taught me anything, and this is something that's so hard for people to accept, when I wake up and look at the charts in the morning, again, it's not about being correct. It's about looking at certain statistical probabilities and reacting accordingly. I look at trade setups that have a high likelihood to play out based on my experience and knowledge of classical charting. And it's up to the market to validate or invalidate those ideas. When it comes down to which direction the market is going to move at any point in time, I don't know, guys. Nobody does. The market is going to do what it's going to do. All I can do is predict probabilities and key turning points and levels, apply my risk management and trade strategy, and walk away. That's it, guys. And that's all you need to do. I mean, don't get me wrong. To be profitable, it was a 3-year journey. Okay, I've been trading for 10 years, successfully for 7. You know what I mean? But I got started off on the right foot. Not for the first 18 months. For the first 18 months, I made every mistake in the book. And I guarantee you, I'm pretty sure I invented some new ones as well. And then I was lucky to find a mentor. I was lucky to be getting off on the right foot. And the first thing he told me was, listen, start simple, forget all that extra crap, focus on horizontal support and resistance and volume and paper trade, backtest your strategy. So I've done that. I continue to do that, and I continue to hone and refine my strategy, but I digress. All right. So we see that, as I was saying, so we put in support, we break resistance here. Okay. We break resistance. We did not back test this level of resistance as support until here. This little test right here was actually back testing potentially the highs of previous resistance, but the actual full test of the resistance level in a more full bodied fashion did not really happen until here. So currently we do have that level 36.73 acting as support on spot price. Did I get that number right? 36.73 acting as support on spot price. Again, if we break that level, that would be a double tap of support. So I would expect to see a little bit of a bounce off of that, potentially back up again, depending on how bearish we want to be. We do currently have our point of control coming in right around 3,745. So a bounce off that back to 3,745. If we reject from the point of control, you have to look at the cycle here, guys. Look, here's the point of control coming in around 3,745. You can see the developing point of control and how it's developed over time. But ever since this point in time right here, it has stayed fairly steady. Ever since this point in the market, ever since the 26th of December, the point of control has stayed fairly steady at 3,745, and all price has done is oscillate around it. It's gone up, failed, came back down, bounced off of it, gone up a little bit, crashed down, found support, gone back up, tested it, rallied a little bit lower than the previous time it rallied, and now broke down below it again. So this is something that we have to be aware of, how price responds to the point of control, how price responds to key levels of support and resistance. So if we actually fall back down, find support around that 200 period simple moving average, around this level right here, this horizontal level of support, back test and get rejected from the point of control without a rally above it, or rallying above it but lower than this attempt, and this attempt is going to be bearish, guys. I mean, you're getting lower highs and higher lows. In an overall downtrend, it's a symmetrical pattern. It could break either way because symmetrical patterns are inherently chart neutral. However, they do tend to continue in the previous underlying trend. In this particular situation, that underlying trend is to the downside because we do have rejection from a key level of resistance and previous support over here. So nothing in the charts is screaming long-term bullish. and we don't have confirmation of long-term bearish. However, overall, everything is leaning in that direction. So if you are looking to hedge, if you are looking for a longer-term position, you are going to be more comfortable in a short position at this point in the market. You are not going to be able to be comfortable in a long-term position until we do one of two things. Either put in a higher high or take out resistance, preferably both in the same time. So we do have current resistance for a bullish sentiment for me coming in around 4,288. That is going to be right above the actual high of our previous swing high. And if we are actually able to take out 4,400, which is our local high, excuse me, so it's 4,400. Now, 4,200 is our swing high. 4,400 is our most recent resistance as well, okay? So our swing high is actually going to be 4,288. Excuse me, so what's the high on this candle, actually? The actual number is 42.35 is actually our swing high. So we do need to take out 42.35. I'm being a little bit more conservative with that and saying 42.88, okay? So 42.88 is the number that we have to take out to be very comfortable in a long-term bullish breakout of this range and consolidation pattern. Otherwise, if we don't see that, if we don't see those higher highs and those breaks of resistance, this is going to actuate to the downside. Now, I think, again, that when we come back down eventually to that $3,000, $3,100, $3,200 level, it's going to act as support. I think we're getting another bounce off that. And just as I explained with this scenario right here, where price is going below the point of control, coming back up, putting in a lower high, going below the point of control, coming back up, making a lower high yet again, price comes back down, but the point of control comes back up, makes a lower high again. This is exactly what we saw over here, guys. It's exactly what we saw in the breakdown from 19,000. Price puts in, price comes down to the support area, rallies back up, makes a lower high, comes back down to the support area, comes back up, makes a lower high, back down to the support area, rallies back up, makes a lower high. This is exactly what we're seeing here. So I do absolutely see the fractal pattern of comparing 3K to 6K. More than likely, that is how this is going to play out. We've had an extreme exhaustion of bearish sentiment. Again, I do think that we end up going lower and breaking 3K eventually, but that play isn't on the table yet. When and if we do that will be the time to open up more higher, larger position size, more confident directional shorts. In the short term for swing trading, you are going to be more safer in a short-term trade right now. However, there are two options on the table for me. We do end up breaking down from this level right now, going down below the point of control, making a brief bounce and rally off the 200 period simple moving average, posting in a lower high or getting rejection from that point of control entirely. And then we're looking down at our lower support levels that I had pointed out, waiting for Bitcoin to choose a support level to find. Again, I won't be knife catching. I don't like to knife catch. I wait until support has been established, and then I look to take a long position off of that. All right. Oh, geez. Okay. So let me scroll back up to the chat, man. Woo. The Nightmare. Hey, what's going on, man? Glad to see you in the stream. Asks, some coins like Monero and Zcash, they are down more than 90%. What do I think about this? Are we near the bottom than last year? I'm not sure. I don't understand that last sentence, at least the way you've worded it. I apologize. But so let me just comment on that first part. So the fact that they're 90% down and the fact that people have said, well, Bitcoin normally drops 85% or, you know, whatever, and then it rallies. So we're down like 85%. So we have to like come back up at this point in time. It's nonsense. I'm sorry. It's just nonsense. The market. Okay. So here's something I want to point out. So see this scale that you see over here, right here on the chart where the numbers are. So, okay, so let me give you the bird's eye view of what the market sees. Not a fucking number. Not a single number. The market doesn't care about price. The market doesn't care about price. We are the only people that care about price. One of the first exercises that I started doing, that my mentor insisted that I do, is actually disable the right price scale. And just look at price unfiltered, or excuse me, look at price action, look at the market without the brain filter in my head of what the price is. The price doesn't matter. The pattern matters. The way that price reacts to certain key levels, the way that price reacts to horizontal support and resistance, the volume, the overall sentiment of the market, the politics of the nation state, the economics of the overall global system, those are things that matter. Price doesn't matter. So the fact that, you know, and this is something that I said last night. And again, I never try to say this stuff to be mean or cruel, guys. It's just stuff that I don't hear other people point out. But the fact that like Ethereum is under $100 doesn't matter. Like that is not a metric in any way, shape, or form that has any relevance on anything except for people to talk about and fill your brain with nonsense with. Like the fact that Bitcoin is under 3,000, or excuse me, is under 4,000, like doesn't matter. Like those are not things that make sense. They're not valid. They're not important. The market doesn't care what the price is. Like, so in the same way, like, the market's going to bottom when the market's going to bottom, and the market's going to bottom when the sentiment shifts and the economic situation is primed for Bitcoin to actually put in support and recovery. Now, institutional investors are not necessarily looking at price. They're not just looking, oh, Bitcoin's underneath 2,000. All right, this is a good time to buy. Like, that's not how I think. That's not how I think that you should be approaching the markets. What you should be approaching, the way that you should be approaching them, and here's why. Because if you start looking at the markets through that filter, well, it's this cheap, so it must be a good buy. Listen, man, like people have been saying that. People say that in a bear market. Like people say that about every level in a bear market. They're like, oh man, like right here. They're like, oh my God, Bitcoin's under. Okay, so now I got to put the right price scale back on. You know, I remember, like, you guys have been here. You guys know it. You guys know this to be true. Search your feelings. You know it to be true. When Bitcoin was under like 18,000, people are like, you guys need to buy. It's never going to be this cheap again, guys. You guys need to buy. They're like, oh my God, Bitcoin dropped down to $12,000. It's never going to be this cheap again, guys. You need to buy now. Oh my God, Bitcoin's at $10,000. It's never going to be this cheap again, guys. You need to buy now. Oh my God, Bitcoin's under $5,000. It's never going to be this cheap. It's just nonsense, dude. It's just absolute nonsense. And it will get you wrecked and get you like, it will lose you money. It's a losing strategy. It's what fools say in a bear market. The price is this low. And again, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm not trying to call you a fool. I don't mean that. I get passionate about things, man. So it's just something that people say. And it's the same thing with percentages. Like the percentages don't matter, because in a bear market, things can just get cheaper. Like the price can just go down. Like the price can go down to zero. Now, I don't think that Bitcoin's price is going to go down to zero. I think that's highly unlikely. In fact, I don't think that Bitcoin will be able to go under $2,000. In fact, I think it's going to have significant trouble, like right now, going under 3,000. Again, just looking at the MDR and looking at the limit orders on major exchanges that are still sitting there, by the way, guys. You can go verify this. But I don't have anything to drink. I'm parched. I just parched myself out, man. Jesus. All right. So yeah, don't. I would highly recommend that you do not approach the market basing your investment decisions off what the right price scale says. I would recommend that you base your investment decisions off how the market is responding favorably. And right now, it's not responding bullishly favorably. It's responding quite range-bound consolidation-y. So the play on the table, guys, is patience. Guys. Continue to hedge. Continue to keep your capital secure. Go ahead and take, because I do like trading range-bound markets, guys. They're very clear. When your oscillators go overbought, time to sell. Time to short. When your oscillators go oversold, time to buy. Time to go long. It's pretty simple, guys. Range-bound markets are nice, guys. Everybody says they're terrified of sideways markets. I love them, dude. Love them. All right. Hey, Jay Constant, what's going on, brother? Let's see here. I think we are close to the bottom on a lot of BTC pairings with alts. I would hedge with BTC. Not a bad strategy, though. Do you offer a service to trade crypto on behalf of a third party? No, I don't. I could. Listen, I've done things like that before. I have been a PAMM managed trader. And so if you guys are unfamiliar with that, basically, I put up money, you put up money, I manage the account. You know, whatever amount that you put in, you get a share of that. I've done that with Forex. I've done that with equity. I could go do all that again, but honestly, it's just a headache. And I've been trading for 7 years, getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day, hitting the markets, being there for the opening bell, trading until the end of night, not spending time with my family. I'm doing pretty well for myself now. And now I'm just more concerned with more passively trading and building cracking cryptocurrency up, because I do want to pass on the skills that I've learned to the next generation and just relax and spend more time with my family. You have to look at my life situation. I have a 1-year-old daughter. Her birthday is tomorrow. My daughter turns 1 tomorrow. And you know, I'm a single father, so it's a very key. It's just a time in my life where I do want to have the luxury to spend more time with my family and earn money on my investments. So I still actively trade. I still actively trade for like 4 to 6 hours a day. And then the rest of and while I'm doing all that, I'm being generous. I probably only get to actively trade for about 4 hours a day, but I'm doing much more swing trading nowadays. I do, again, my strategy for day trading is I actually use VPSV to spot setups for my scalping strategy. So my day trading strategy is very different from most people's day trading strategy. When most people say like they're a day trader, like they mean like they're looking at the charts and they're waiting for a movement right now and this and that and blah, 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 and all the third. No, that's very different from my scalping strategy. So my scalping strategy is I target key volume nodes using session volume, and I look at those areas to go long or go short from. Now, if you guys do want access to my strategy for VPSV, you guys can subscribe to the Kraken Cryptocurrency Premium Trading Group. I do have a full webinar series on how I trade using the VPSV. I'll probably make an extended version of that actually coming out here in the future. But I'm pretty upfront and open and honest, and I teach everybody to do that. Let's see here. Jay Constant says, thanks for the X42 coins, but what can I do with it? Well, sir, you can stake it, you can sell it on the 2 exchanges for BTC, or you can hodl it, man. Michael Fariello, in your honest opinion, do you feel we have found the bottom on Bitcoin? No, not at all, man. Caribbean Crypto Show, wait, let me check that, 198. Sorry, I don't know what that's in reference to, bro. Let me scroll back up. Oh, we got less than 2 hours left on the daily candle. Let's see if it can raise above 37.50. Oh, you were talking about Ethereum. 190. Okay, maybe I get it. My bad, dude. Oh shit. Okay. Jay Constant, thanks. You're the best. Thanks, man. I don't have much money to donate, but I will share on Facebook. Thanks, man. I highly appreciate it, man. You're from Holland, dude? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. What do I expect by the end of the day? Jordani asks. What do I expect by the end of the day? Again, the way that I'm looking to play this, I'm looking for this to actually make a little bit of a rise. Again, could get rejection from here. That wouldn't surprise me whatsoever, but I am looking for this area at previous support right here, to right here. So this fairly tight range right here to go short from, and looking to manage my risk above the local swing high. If price does go above the local swing high, then I exit out of my trade. Again, I don't like to double down on losing positions. I like to be out of a trade. I know my risk up front. I just look for a better entry position, and I note it down in my trade journal that, hey, I got this one wrong. But I'd still be looking for a short. Just if this gets taken out, then I just start looking at this area for a short, and waiting for the market to give me confirmation that those are the levels that I should be going short from. Again, predict, look for key levels to react from, and then wait for confirmation to react. Show up to the party late and leave early, guys. Tone Vase hindsight is 2020. K7 Chixer says, yeah, man, it is. Listen, he's not a tard, man. You know, I don't know if I'd actually like to hang out with Tone Vase. Like he does kind of seem like a dick. Now he could be a sweet dude. I don't know. I'm just saying that, right? I'm just like, it's just I find his method of talking to people like counterintuitive to me, because I'm a cheerful pessimist. Like, I genuinely like to talk to people, and I like to educate people, and I like to work with people, and I like to just talk to people. Like, I'm not really a overly like aggressive person, like, unless, it's something I feel real passionate about, but not in a bad way. I don't try to like tell people what they should or shouldn't do or should believe, but watching him, and again, I think he's an intelligent man. Don't get me wrong. He does have some very good sound advice that he recommends. I agree with him a lot on certain things like Bitcoin maximalism and other projects being scams, et cetera, et cetera. And the dude's very knowledgeable about like traditional markets. So respect him for that. Respect him for what he's done for the community. But as far as like watching his show and being like a member of his like live stream group, I feel like he basically like calls people idiots all the time. He's like, yeah, man, like clearly this is, I can't do a good Tone Vase impersonation, but clearly this is what is going to happen. And if you don't trade like this, you're a fucking idiot. Like, again, I'm kind of being, I don't want to paint a bad caricature of it because I don't like casting shade again. I want to qualify that with all the nice things that I said about him. And, honestly, I'd like to have a conversation with him. If he wants to come on the show, like, I'd be more than happy to host him on the show, or whatever, like, I think he'd be pretty interesting to talk to. But would I want to hang out with him? I don't know. I could be proven wrong. I'm opening to having my mind changed. Let's see here. Link is up 20% on Binance. Link's been hot, man. I'm not going to lie. Hold on a second. Sorry, I just had to say goodbye to some of my family members. Let's see here. Sebastian Rodriguez, what's going on, man? Ethereum bulls up 100% in the last few weeks with more to come. Making bank. Ethereum to the moon, man. Hell yeah. Okay. Making sure I get to the chat. Johnny Bull asks, Am I excited when alts move completely independent of Bitcoin? It will always make it interesting to see what's bearish and bullish and always trade on the table. Yeah, I am looking forward to that as a trader. As a trader, I am really looking forward to that. However, I highly recommend that you guys might look into trading USDT pairings, not USDC. I think USDC is crap. I don't want the exposure to that counterparty risk. USDT a little bit more different, a little bit safer in my opinion. Again, I'm not afraid of Bitfinex. I'm not afraid of USDT. Never have been. USDT's been pretty fantastic, actually. How long until you would guess that they might be split from BTC? I couldn't give you a time prediction on that, man. That's just going to have to completely depend on the market. What large exchanges adopt certain altcoins. The more what this is when it's going to happen is when there's actually more USD pairings for altcoins, and you can trade them on larger exchanges. Like if Binance introduced USD, like it might happen like tomorrow, for real. Jay Constant says, there is always a coin on Binance up 20% or more, and I am always late. I would like to hear a coin before it bumps, man. Hell yeah. Hey, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Hey, what's going on, Andrew Mark? Good to see you, man. We are the market. Hell yeah, man. Would I recommend crypto over stocks? Yeah, in the long run, yes. But however, I think that you do want to have a diversified portfolio. Now, I do think that... God, this is such a tricky question every time I try to talk about this. I do want to have, I've got a guest on that I think is going to give you guys some interesting perspective about the particular global situation as far as stocks go in the market. But I think that you should, at this point in time, with this uncertainty in the market, I think that you should definitely be hedging away and looking at exiting stocks at this point in time, or, not en masse, not immediately, but just looking at it because the stocks are in a slight uptick right now, actually, after crashing down and finding some significant support. Largest point gain in recent history, actually. So in the SPY, at least, and DJI as well, I believe. I have to look back at the charts. But there's still opportunity in the stock market. There are still amazing volatile stocks to trade. There are still good investments to be taken on the table, but we're just overdue for a bear cycle, man. We're just overdue. I think there's a lot of things, especially in the U.S. economy, which are going to have ripple and actually not just ripple, like massive effects on other aspects of the world economy, such as student loan debt, the mortgage-backed security crisis that really only got a Band-Aid put over it. The Fed hiking interest rates again, which they should be doing, but I digress. A lot of stuff that's going to be calling home, unfortunately, for Americans to pay the bill. Interest, the payment on interest is going to be overblown. By 2023, we're going to be paying more on our federal debt than we pay on Medicare. Excuse me, no, by the end of 2019, we're going to be paying more on our interest to the Fed on our national debt than we're going to be of the federal budget than we're actually spending on Medicare, Social Security, etc. All those, what's the word I'm looking for? All those benefits, but all those, what's the word? Come on, God. I'll think of it. Anyways, and by the end of the year 2023, we're going to be spending more on the national debt than we spend on the military. So things getting scary in America. So I think that you should be definitely looking at significantly hedging your risk in things like Bitcoin, in things like gold and precious metals, and in bonds is typically where you would go. However, that's risky as well. America sucks. Actually, you know what? I say that. I don't take that back. I love my country, man. I love my country quite a bit. But the way that they're running it right now sucks, man. Asgartha Asgard says, a smart man once said, don't show me the news, show me the charts, and I'll tell you the news. Absolutely, man. Beautiful world. Thank you so much, man. The Nightmare. Thank you, man. Highly appreciated. Hey, you guys are going crazy in here with the Dutch. And with the German, loving it, dude. Terrence Moss says, well done, bro, and happy birthday to your daughter. I have 2 daughters. It's a beautiful thing. It is, man. It's like, it's faux pas, but like, she's the light of my world, man. Like, she is freaking awesome, dude. Like, she's so cool, man. I love her. Oh my God. JN, ETH, please. Thank you. And Digibyte says, asks Christoph C. Okay, check it out. we will look at Ethereum and we'll look at Digibyte. I need you to tell me Ethereum USD or Ethereum Bitcoin or Ethereum USDT, and the same for Digibyte. So I will be patiently and wait, but if you do not answer, if you do not tell me, then I'm going to look at Ethereum USD and I'm going to look at Digibyte USDT. You're going to Ernst. All right, man. See you, brother. We're moving down to complete the second part of the head on the downward head and shoulders, says Andrew Adams. Looking at, yeah, I mean, I guess I could see what you mean here. So you're looking at like this. I don't really like it. It could play out, but I don't really like it. I don't really like, see, here's the thing. I don't like left shoulders. I don't like shoulders. I don't like heads that are formed by like one or two candles. So, I mean, you know, yeah, let's go down to the hourly chart. Yeah, man, I don't like that. If that's going to be your left shoulder, that's super ugly, bro. I'm sorry. Now, if this is your left shoulder, the problem is that you generally don't see a breakdown of support like that. Although, I don't know, it could play out. It could play out. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I need to see a little bit more. I need to see it flesh out, man. What's your favorite private coin? Bitcoin with proper OPSEC. Let's see here. Jay Constant says, Vontae is autism 100%, but hey, everybody who trades crypto has a certain dosage of autism, right? Oh, man. RMAX76 says, you're awesome, Justin. That's what they say about my XRP. You better fill your bags because it will never be 35 cents again. Yeah, lols, dude, for real. Thanks, man. I highly appreciate that, bro. Says, I'm learning a lot on your channel. I will be telling my friends about your vids. Thanks. Hey, thanks, man. I highly appreciate that, dude. Get a coffee, Justin. Woo! Yeah, for real, man. BTC up $1,000, 1,000 push-up challenge live. Okay, Justin. Yeah, I can do 1,000 push-ups. It might take me a day though. I can still squeeze out 100 in a sitting. Hey, Andrew Adams, thank you so much, man. Highly appreciate the sub on YouTube. Amen, bro. So is my little girl. Right on, Xanabas Crypto. Highly appreciate it, bro. I love him, dude. All right, Beautiful World and Christoph say Digibyte, ETH USD, and Digibyte USD. Oh, so you're on Bitfinex. Okay. All right, let's go over then. Come on, go, Monero, go. Go, baby, go. All right. We'll start off with Ethereum USD. So here's the, just for you guys are wondering. So I actually, because I exited the markets last night, so guys remember, I am honoring the Proof of Keys event. So I took all my money at midnight off all major exchanges. And so I will be waiting until tonight in about 7 hours to put my money back on the exchanges. So I was, you know, because of that on this, it's not like I'm like awesome or anything, guys, just chill out, you know, but because of that, I did end up taking profits earlier on the Ethereum Bitcoin trade that I had posted. This was the setup. You guys can see it. This was a signal posted out for the members channel. And again, I talked about this yesterday, but I think it's just worth reviewing, you know, for these like really classical, easy to spot setups and classical charting patterns. We do have a resistance zone right here, all right, formed from a consolidation area and a bump, an HVN spike right here. But you can just see it. It's a clear area where we do get a little bit of sideways consolidation after a strongly downtrending market. We put in a little bit of consolidation. This is going to act as a breakdown zone. We break down further. We actually do establish a breakdown zone right here as well. We break down and find support. We pop back up, get initial rejection off that lower area of that consolidation area, pull back. And this right here, this that I'm pointing out right here is what I want you to keep in mind over here, because it's the exact same thing, just to the upside, not the downside. But when you see, let's zoom in so we can see this baby. When you see rejection from resistance and then price pull back at a good level, like for example, this is most likely going to be something like a 50% Fibonacci retracement. So depending on where we measure, I do like to use candle body closes. So right there. So yeah, actually look, this is a very nice bullish 382 50% Fibonacci retracement where we find support. When you see something like that, that is a bullish sign, especially if there's nice volume to confirm it. Now, we did get some nice volume off the spike off of this. We did come back down, get initial lower rejection, right? So you're a little bit worried there because you put in a lower low, but then you put in a higher high with good volume. And then right here, you see that breakout. You see that breakout. So when you're seeing opportunities like this, when you have a nice 382 50% bullish retracement and you come back up, it doesn't always work because again, trading is probability, but that is a good time. That's a good setup. You do want to be cautious, maybe a smaller position size because you're not out of the cycle yet. You haven't entered into consolidation. You don't know, we just had a strongly downtrending market. We've been downtrending since eternity. Okay, we've got this nice spike. Things look good. Okay, should I take a long position? It's a risky position. Generally, I don't like going long in bear markets, but that is a decent spot style setup that you guys can look to take. All right, now we see the same thing over here, but look at the longer term time frame. Look where the pool of liquidity is. So we had a big push down in Ethereum, Bitcoin right here on this candle where we actually had this massive low, right? We put in this massive low, and what does that massive low act as in the future? Look, I mean, it's just crazy to see. Like you have to pay attention to your pools of liquidity, guys. Look where this candle goes down to. It wicks all the way down here to where I have the green line. Hey, Juka, man, thanks so much for the sub on YouTube, bro. Highly appreciated. Welcome to the community, man. So this candle wicks all the way down, and I establish a line based off that. Doesn't really react like significantly well. Like if we do zoom into the chart, we can actually see like, yeah, okay, like we do hopscotch around there a little bit. Like there's a little bit of consolidation like on a 4-hour time frame, but like nothing major. And then we have a pump right back up to that pool of liquidity, man. Right back up to that pool of liquidity, like identical, man. You paying attention? Okay, then we actually find significant trending resistance from that level. Oh my God, what do we know now? Okay, this is the level of resistance. This is the level of resistance that we need to break for a bullish optimism, okay? So let's fast forward in time a little bit. We're going over here. Keep in mind, all right, so green line is the level that we're talking about here, right? Okay. So price comes down, right? Blah, 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 does some stuff. Okay, who cares? Blah, blah, blah. Kind of forms like a little bit of a cup, makes a handle. So you could look at it that way. Man, it's kind of ugly. I don't really like it, but it's okay, whatever. I'm not really a chart patterns guy. Let's get off auto. Okay. So what happens, guys? We come back up to the resistance level. We reject. We have a nice, healthy 382 50% Fibonacci retracement. We come back up. We put in a little bit of a hot, actually this one's better because this is on the upswing. This is on the upswing, so you're actually looking for a bullish retracement and continuation of the bullish trend. That's why this trade is much safer to take, okay? Now, you can do a couple things. Again, you can either wait for that 382 50% Fibonacci retracement and wait for price to confirm that you have actually bottomed at a level of support. Wait for, for me, I use something like an oscillator crossover on my time transformer or my HD transformer. Again, you can also just wait for the candlesticks to confirm with nice bullish volume and an actual, a good upthrust. That's where you can start to enter into your bullish position. At this point in time, if you're around here, you want to set your stop loss below your swing low, classical level of setting your stop loss, and let that puppy ride. But you have strong confirmation to be in a bullish trade when what happens? You break the resistance line. Boom. Come up and test, pull back to that 382 50% retracement, come up to the resistance line, sideways consolidation at resistance telling you, hey, eyes on the ball. You need to be looking at this for a breakout or a breakdown. Get on the ball. Look at this shit right here. Sorry, but this is, there's times in the market where you can be sloppy and lazy, and there's times where you got to be like, move, market, move. And you got to pay attention, okay? This is one of those levels. Set your alerts. And yeah, the nice breakout. And as soon as that happened, you set your stop loss below your swing low, boom, off to the races. And I did have that previous breakdown level, consolidation level looking to target. We just barely missed it. Oh my God. It's all right. So I actually have moved the stop loss up here to 0.038 because I want to lock in profits for the premium trading group because they're sitting pretty good. Again, I told everybody like, hey guys, I'm kind of getting out of the market, so I won't be actively trading today, but still be doing all the analysis. So we'll just wait. Right now, looks okay. We'll just wait to see how the market responds. But again, we're looking kind of at that same setup where we're coming up to resistance. This is our first pass through. Again, generally when you come up to resistance for the first pass through, for the first test of that resistance, you do get a more violent rejection from it. And then you just wait to see like how far you go below you put in support. And that's kind of a direct indication of whether you're going to see continuation on the trend or whether you're going to consolidate or whether you're just, going to move all the way down. All right, so that's Ethereum, Bitcoin. Let's look at Ethereum to the dollar. Mr. Bitfinex. Bring me a treat. Da-da-da-da, make her the cutest that I've... Anyway, sorry, guys. So not a whole lot has changed. We did a kind of a double bounce here on my support level right here. Again, you kind of see the same thing. When you come up to test resistance right here, it didn't really make it all the way up to my resistance line right here. But you do want to be on guard. Again, we had a very strong violent reaction from that, coming back to test previous resistance as support. So this is actually going to now act as support. Came back up and put in a lower high. Then you put in a much higher low. So that's a good sign. So you do have this ascending trend line right now that you could draw, and you'd be coming right up upon it right now. The volume's pretty low, honestly. The volume's pretty low, and that does concern me. These are kind of times in the market where I just don't really want to catch a knife, and I want to wait for like confirmation, you know, on an Ethereum trade. Again, you know, I got again, I don't want to say I got spanked, but like, here's the thing, guys, like, you know, and looking back, you know, the thing was like just at the point in time, like, should I have re-entered? Yes. Would I normally have re-entered? Yes. But I took two attempted shorts on Ethereum, and obviously looking back in time, I keep my trade journal. On the first pass through, good setup. We had this descending trend line of resistance. We were putting in lower highs, and I was looking for us to put in a lower high here. So I entered my short right here, was managing my risk above the swing high. Above the local high, actually, excuse me, not the swing high. And that got stopped out. Obviously, that's cool. I only lost about 2% on that trade for the position size. And then I was looking to take a short. Kind of salty about this one, but, you know, again, you just move on to the next trade. You have this more dominant you have this more dominant diagonal resistance trend line right here of lower highs. And again, I entered in my short on the test of that, but I put my stop too short, man. I put my stop too tight at 155, and I was asleep when it hit. And by the time I woke up, price was already down here. So it's just one of those things where, yes, this is looking like, well, who really cares? Because it wasn't that huge of a movement anyways, as opposed to like something like this, as opposed to something like this. So again, just the trade for Ethereum is short to me, just based on where we're at positionally, horizontal support and resistance. But I mean, it's too uncertain. And when it's uncertain, I don't take a trade. We do have bearish things coming out. Obviously, we do have that rejection from the diagonal resistance line. Let's see, that would be our third test. Third test of that. So this is a situation where I am expecting that price is going to do one of two things. Either it's going to completely tank from here. So that's why you are probably safer in a short position now. But the situation does exist that we do make that, you know, we're on the uptrend, that we do make that 382 50% Fibonacci retracement level that acts very strong, consolidation near the breakdown level, but very close to the resistance level. And then we have the breakout of the resistance level. If we do get that breakout above this, this diagonal resistance trend line, I actually get pretty bullish, man. I get pretty bullish. Again, your first very short-term target could be $159.50, $160. You have your next point of controls and your breakdown zone coming in around $107 to $175. So getting up above that $155 level right here, really closing a 4-hour candle, really above like 153, 155, you know, call it. Is pretty bullish, actually, and you can actually take that confirmed breakout trade now to the upside, because just as I was talking about earlier, when price breaks support, you expect it to continue going further down, and you're not sure where it's going to find support. You have to wait. You always start with the right of your chart and look back. So key areas of horizontal support and resistance are going to be areas where you're looking at, but the way that I trade is that I don't just blindly knife catch something in those areas. I look and wait for confirmation the price is actually going to find support there, and then I enter a trade and manage my risk accordingly based off the horizontal level that has actually been put in. It's the same thing when you're looking for take profit targets on a breakout trade. You know, running the premium trading group, the way that I like to set it up is that I do like to set predefined take profit targets for our customers. So, you know, and all the members of the trading group. So that way they're confident they can get out, because they don't generally, the newer traders that I am mentoring and teaching how to trade, they're not going to be as skilled as letting a winner run and knowing when to take profits. So it's just easier for them to have predefined levels of selling. And that's also, that's how I base my trades around too. But as you get more advanced, you learn where to take profits. You learn how to wait and be patient and let the market tell you when you should sell. So that's kind of one of those situations when you have one of those nice confirmed breakout situations on good volume, which we do see here for Ethereum, Bitcoin, or excuse me, for Ethereum. It's one of those situations. Excuse me, I just realized that I'm looking at BitMEX, not Bitfinex, but whatever. It's just one of those situations where you want to be patient and wait. And sorry, hold on, I got distracted because I was thinking of something. ADD, things pop in your head. So it's one of those situations where you just want to enter into your trade, manage your risk, and let the market tell you, because now the market has to put in a new level of resistance. And again, you can look at previous key areas of resistance, but I don't just like to blindly set sells at those levels. I like to wait for the market to confirm that it's going to top there. Maybe it tops there. Maybe it pulls back. How far does it pull back? Does it put in good support? Does it put in good volume? Can I expect continued bullish movement upwards? Should I add to my position here? Should I actually double down on my bullishness because now the trade's in my favor? Questions to ask yourself, man. Tristan Toft. Hey, hello from Denmark. Thanks for your channel and your view on things. Hey, highly appreciated, man. Edward Park, good evening, man. How you doing? Moros, should I take my Bitcoin from the exchange right now, or am I too late? No, it's all good, dude. It happened last night at midnight. You're good, dude, man. Yeah, me too. I had some Bitcoin on the exchange and bought some more right now. You're doing good, man. You're all right. Let's see here. Doesn't Michael Fariello, hey, what's going on, man? Doesn't Elliott wave theory give you an idea of where price is going? I use it all the time. So, again, if that works for you, I'm very happy for you. In my experience, I don't find many profitable professional traders that actually use Elliott wave theory for anything more than speculation. Yes, Elliott wave theory can be used in conjunction with many other forms of technical analysis to get a general beat on where you feel the market is going to go. However, the problem with Elliott wave theory, and again, I know that, everybody who is supportive of Elliott wave theory was going to climb out of their bunker when I say this and say that, but this, and the third, X, Y, and Z, and all that stuff. It's all good, man. I understand it's complicated, and I do know that it is believed that if you put in the time and energy and patience and learn all the nuances and all the different patterns and how to properly trade it, that you can use it successfully. It's never worked out for me. I have studied it. I do understand Elliott wave theory. I've read probably like 16 fucking books on the topic. I've tried to use it in my charting. I do occasionally talk about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulse waves and ABC corrections, but it's just never worked for me. It's never worked for anybody that I've ever traded with as a partner, as a trading partner in my trading group. I know that there are other people out there making a lot of money on it, and it's just one of those indicators that I find works better in hindsight. And again, I know that you trade the wave cycle, not the wave pattern. So I know that. But for me, it's just every time I see an Elliott wave chart, they tend to be as wrong as often as they are right. And typically, if you're a trader with good risk management, you can be right 50% of the time. You can be right less than 50% of the time and be profitable. But when that's your strategy, I don't know, man. I just don't put a lot of stock in Elliott waves. I don't see it work. I don't know any professionals that actually make money off of it. So that's all I can. That's all I can do, man. Hey, Fouad Ottawad, how's 4chan doing this evening, man? I can take a look at link for you, man. What about Stoke RSI combined with Bollinger Bands? Works for me perfectly. Hey, that's not a bad strategy. Actually, what's his name? I used to, I've got a trader in my group that follows his charts. I think his name's not Da Vinci the Oracle, but Da Vinci the Trader. He's pretty good. He uses stochastic RSI quite a lot. I'm not a big fan of stochastic RSI. I like stochastic more. But again, my top indicator, my HD transformer, is a Hamadine discriminator of the Fisher transform applied to RSI. So it's like stochastic, but with more mathematical algorithms, a little bit more complex. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with stochastic RSI. Again, the key elements are, and again, this is like an argument that I try not to have very often, but that I sometimes find myself being drawn into. Like, there are many different methods and strategies of analysis. Okay. what needs to be, and that's why like what indicators you use doesn't really matter. You know, where you buy and sell doesn't really matter. What really matters is sticking to your strategy, like to a T, grinding, doing the same thing day in, day out for months. It's not sexy, man. It's not sexy. Like the life of a trader is not like, it's not, you know, like I remember when I was younger and like the movie Hackers came out and I was like, oh my God, dude, being a hacker is so fucking sexy. And then I got, you know, people who are like good with computers and programmers and all that stuff. And I like hang out with them and I'm like, your guys' life is like this is not sexy. This is not sexy. This is nothing like the brochure said, you know? It's just like trading, man. Like, you know, you see traders and, you know, you see me on here having fun and everything, but, you know, you watch like movies on YouTube or you see traders and they're like mega rich and, you know, they're smoking cigars and they've got beautiful women and everything's going well and they're driving around. What they don't show you is like me sitting in front of my computer for 8 hours a day, like click, 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 calculator, click, click. It's not sexy, dude, but that's what works, man. That's what actually pulls in money. So yeah, awesome, dude. That's what matters, man. Sticking to the same strategy, 8 hours a day. Hell yeah, dude. Always the same strategy. That's what's going to make you money. Sticking to the strategy as long as you know it in the long run to be profitable and having proper risk management. So that when the market turns against your favor and your strategy is being less successful, you just use your risk management strategy so that you weather the bear market and then you are not even the bear market. The market cycle doesn't matter so much as long, you know, depending on if your strategy, again, there are some times where you have to be aware of, is my strategy actually broken or am I just going through a losing spell? Ron Legato says, now I'm sad. I just started reading my first Elliott Wave book that I could have used the cash for crypto instead. Hey, you know, don't feel bad, dude. I've got like 6 Elliott Wave books in the resource database for the premium subscribers. So, you know, if you're worried about books, man, like you guys can join the premium trading group and get access to, you know, I actually have 3 gigabytes more material that I need to upload. I think there's 2 gigabytes of material on there. And that's just, there's got to be much more than that on there. I'm going to have to check. But I mean, there's full webinars, seminars, courses, strategies, PDFs, workbooks. Jay Constant says, can we expect a pump in 30 minutes? Oh, you're talking about when the daily candle closes? We'll have to wait and see, buddy. Daily candle closing in 28 minutes and 14 seconds. Oh, sorry, I've got more requests to look at. So I was looking at Ethereum. All right, so, and then Digibyte USD. Oh, no. Can't look at it over there. I got to look at the right Digibyte USD. Okay, Mr. Digibyte dollar. Hopefully I'm looking at the right exchange on you, man. Hey, Mobius 378. Hey, what's going on, man? All right. So I'm going to go out on a limb because requests... no, I don't really like that either. Okay, so I'll just look at Digibyte on Bitfinex. A lot of gapping, man. All right, let me take a second and look at this, my friend. Ron Legato says, I'll trade the book first. You're gonna have to go to Subway, bro. Hey, I'm happy to work with you, man. Hit me up in the Discord, man. Let's see here. So my initial thoughts are, obviously, it's a pretty fresh market. Digibyte to the dollar only launched on Finex back in November of 2018. 2 lower lows followed by a higher low and nothing but higher or lower highs trading below the point of control and currently at the lower spectrum of the high volume node of consolidation. Price is currently range bound, meaning oscillators are going to be your friend. Not strongly trending to the downside, not strongly trending to the upside. Making it not a bad market to trade, but the gappiness on this is not good. Again, there are many strategies around trading gappy markets, but not my cup of tea in cryptocurrency, man. Okay, so here's what I can say. There are a few positive things. Looking at the daily chart, the Fisher transform, the time transformer, is crossing above the zero line and has bottomed, okay? Now, it hasn't bottomed above the zero line yet. That's a very bullish sign for me. But initially crossing, well, your first bullish signal is actually the confirmed cross-up. Hold on a second. I actually need to change this. Liquid Karma. Boom, sorry. I changed that the other day to make it more visible on the stream. So your first bullish signal is obviously the confirmed cross-up, which you actually get on this candle right here. Fisher transform continuing in its bullish movement and crossing above the zero line right here, giving you a bullish signal. Your current level of resistance sitting overhead is actually going to be 0.01288888888. That's where the point of control is. So that's going to be the first level that you look for as resistance. Moving above that, let's get rid of volume for just a second. All right, so that makes sense. Level of resistance right here, that pocket of liquidity that I was just talking about with Ethereum Bitcoin. If you guys recall that Ethereum Bitcoin example, you can see basically the exact same thing here with Digibyte to the dollar, where you have a strong wick down, you find a pool of liquidity, price immediately, I mean, this is a much more stronger example of the reaction from that pool of liquidity coming down to it, but you have the double test right here where price wicks all the way down to it and that level is respected. And when you do break down on a closing candle basis, not a big deal. You do have the next candle wick up to it, you move down a little bit further, and then you also wick back up, and now it's acting as confirmed resistance on the downside, okay? Confirmed support on the upside, confirmed resistance on the downside. Fake break right here, confirmed resistance right here, confirmed resistance right here. So this is the level for you to be watching. That's the level for you to be watching. A break of that level is going to be a very bullish sign. A break of that level is going to be your indication to be entering into a longer term position. That's going to be your confirmation of a breakout of your low cycle. You do want to be hesitant. You have had one fake breakout, but I think that if you are able, you're getting closer now. You're getting closer because you've done, this was on your initial breakdown level, so you're on your way down. Seems like hopefully price has put in a local bottom and now we've put in a higher low. Okay, so that actually is a positive in my mind. Now, for swing trading right now, or excuse me, for day trading, this thing looks like absolute garbage. But for a longer term position, man, for a longer term position, I do see some potential here, man. I do see some potential. Shit. I mean, even right now, like, okay, so this is the play. This is the play. If you want the play, here's the play. The play is to enter into a position now, if you want. You do have the Fisher transform crossing over the zero line. You do have your HD transformer above the zero line in bullish territory, above one standard deviation, most likely moving to 2 standard deviations now above the trigger line. You have price putting in higher lows. You did have some nice, if we bring back volume now, you had some very nice bullish volume, man. You had some very nice bullish volume that you would expect to see some follow through on after putting in a local low and then a higher low after the reaction off that volume. So that's the play right now. A potential entry right now, managing risk below your swing low, obviously. Your stop is 16.74% away. That's how low your swing low is away. So what you need to do is use a position size that is based upon that stop loss level, so that if your stop loss gets triggered, you're only losing your R percentage, your predetermined level of risk. For a $5,000 portfolio, that's $150 because I use 3% as my risk level. If you've got a $10,000 portfolio, it's $300, so on and so forth. Scale that to your portfolio needs, up or down. All right, now let's bring back the right price scale and we can actually talk about levels. So that's the play, looking for a retest of your resistance area right here. So the R to R is definitely there. The R to R is definitely there for your longer term swing trade. Again, here's where current price is right now. There's your target, your initial target. There's your stop loss. So you've got a 2-to-1 R to R trade. You've got a potential 32% profit, 33.94% profit. Let me actually make sure. 0.0 profit level 0.01510.825 stop loss level 0.00 0.009338. There we go. So your R to R is there. Your R to R is actually 1.97. When I actually dial that in appropriately, you do have a risk of 17.21% entering at current market level with a take profit level at 33.94%. Now, if your trade gets taken out, whatever, that's the reality of the situation. Your trade was wrong. Your directional bias was wrong. You don't know which way the market's going to move. If you are feeling bullish about Digibyte, and looking at the setup, it's not actually a bad looking setup. You have put in a higher low, and generally when you see an indication of that, you do see that price is desiring to move back up at least to the point of control. I do see a shorter term take profit target, and that would be the point of control. That is currently coming in at 0.01288888888. So we could put a level there right now. Okay, so that would be your first initial take profit target. Okay. So if price does close over your take profit level 2, you would want to look for opportunities to enter into a longer term directional long. The reason being is a break of local resistance and an upthrust above your consolidation area. So I'll go ahead and publish this. There's the link there, my guys. Oh, you guys are great, man. All right, let's see here. 12 2020 12 22 2020 Dream, what's going on, man? Do you got, like, you got a shorter name, bro? Like, sorry. Just start calling you Dream. How's that? Warith Salim, what's up, Justin? Do you use cross? If so, what are the pros and cons? So cross leverage, typically no, not in this market. So let me go back over here and talk about cross. I get this question a lot. So cross leverage is generally what you're going to want to use when you're in a very strong trending market. All right. So depending on how you're looking at this, if your bias is, so if your trade setup is like, all right, listen, like a situation where you might want to consider using cross is if you are an experienced trader, if you're an experienced leverage trader. If this is like your first year or two of leverage trading, like just don't use cross. Don't. The reason why is because it can and will eat up your entire margin account if you're wrong in your trades and you don't manage your risk appropriately, because it can be a lure. It can be alluring to let your trade run. And if, price goes below and you start losing money, you're like, it's okay. I've got margin. The price will go back up and then it goes lower. And then you just get sucked into a losing position. And that's basically like, losing trading 101. Cross is not a bad idea. Again, if you're a highly experienced leverage trader, if you know what you're doing, and if you are looking to open up multiple concurrent positions in the same direction. So for example, like if you're taking a very strong directional trade, and you're getting confirmation. So like so a good opportunity for cross margin would have been, break down to 6K right here. You're like, oh man, we broke support. Man, I'm going in and I'm going to add to my position as price goes down. You use cross leverage. You open up a position as price moves in your favor. You get down here, you put in support, it breaks down. You're like, fuck. You open up another position. That's a good opportunity to use cross leverage. And that's generally how individuals use cross leverage in my experience, is when they have multiple concurrent positions in the same direction open simultaneously. So basically what that means is they have a direction short and they're looking to open up a position in that direction and they think it's going to run for a very long time. So if you think that we've reached the bottom and you think that Bitcoin's going to go to 20K and you're an experienced leverage trader, cross leverage is something that you might consider using if you're looking to add to your position. So you're like, well, I'm going to open up 100,000 positions at 4,400. I'm going to open up another 100,000 positions at 5,000, another 100,000 positions at 6,000, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That would be an opportunity for you to use cross leverage. That way you don't have to worry about your slider and liquidation and all that crap. You're good. You have to be very confident in your trade setup, and you have to have confirmation, not just in your feelings about your trade, which is emotional, which doesn't really have any relevance in reality, but you need to get confirmation from the market. Now, that's why I prefer to use isolated margin, especially when the market is range bound. Again, I tend to shy away from cross leverage just in general because I like knowing my risk up front. And that's just a different style and method of trading. But isolated margin allows you to reduce your risk of liquidation to the margin that you put up. But if you're getting liquidated, you definitely need to revisit your trading and your stop loss management strategy, because your stop loss should always be above your liquidation. The only rare exception to that is if you're trading extremely large positions on high leverage and your stop loss and the margin that you're using is your risk level, basically. So like you have $150 in margin and you're going like 50, or 100x or whatever. Not recommended, especially for new traders, but it can be a valid strategy. It can be a valid strategy if you're experienced and know what you're doing. And that's a situation where your liquidation price would just act as a more efficient stop anyway. So, but those situations are rare. And the cons are obviously that it can blow out your entire margin account. Dream says, in my opinion, most cryptos are a long-term hold at the moment, even if we go lower in the coming months, but eventually you will definitely profit in the longer term, unless the crypto goes to zero, of course. Yeah, I kind of feel the exact same way about Bitcoin. Like, honestly, if I had some kind of banking crisis right now and I felt unsure about my fiat value, I would put my money in Bitcoin, guys. I feel confident putting my money in Bitcoin. Would it hurt for like the next potentially like 6 months to a year? Yeah, even maybe the next 2 years. But I knew that eventually, with my time horizon, my money would be safe. I would keep it in cold storage. Nobody could take it from me. Nobody could censor my payments. It's government hard, and unless the protocol goes down, unless the network goes down, I know that it's acting as a store of value. It just depends on your time horizon. So many people are like, oh, the store of value narrative sure fell off the table, didn't it? Okay, you find me another censorship resistant currency, dude. Jesus. People are so obsessed with price, man. Let's see here. Me, mo. Sky is the limit. Well, 5.5 is the limit in the short term, man. Buy the dip at 6K, they said. Get wrecked. He says, you can call me however you want, but I won't be changing my name. I would never ask you to change your name, sir. I just asked if you had a shorter one that you'd like me to refer to, man. Thanks. Digibyte is going on the 7th of January on NASDAQ. Greetings. Hey, greetings to you, man. Interesting. I had 8 limit stop losses set, and all 8 failed. Yeah, I always use stop markets, man. I like to be out. Jay Constant says, I am staking my X42 coins and the reward time is 282 days. Well, the block reward is 20 and I sent you 10. So you're going to triple your investment in less than a year? Fantastic, dude. Consider buying more. The staking time does go down. All right. And I said I would look at Link. So I will look at Link real quick. Well, I don't know. Do you think it's responding to the levels that I drew like a month ago? Oh, shoot. Shoot. Definitely looks like it is to me. Ooh, my daughter's mad. I'm going to have to go in just a second, guys. All right. Let's see here. You know what, guys? I'm going to be right back. So enjoy the smooth, soothing tunes of Ryan Little, West Coast. When I get back, I'll do a quick analysis of Link, talk about some announcements and guests I have coming on in the future, and we'll pay the bills, guys. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. right, guys. Thanks for sticking around. Highly appreciated, man. All right. Mr. Link. All right. Kind of the same thing, bro. Fell back down to that previous level of support. All right. After, I believe, the last time that we were looking at Link, honestly, the last time that I was really, requested to look at it was quite a while ago. I mean, you guys, the 4chan was coming in here like every day asking for Link analysis. Amazing. Just as it was making, looking to breach recent highs. Now, let's actually look and see here. Did we actually trade higher than the previous high? Let's see here. Let's put in. Yes, we actually did on an intraday, on a daily basis. We did it on an intraday basis, make it above that level, but just barely. And then we had an SFP, a swing failure pattern, right? So that's when we put in a high and we put in just a little bit more of a baby high on a wick and reject all the way to the downside. So that is a strong chart pattern to look out for a trade. We formed this descending channel to the downside that I plotted out pretty much the last time I looked at this as well. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches, did break out to the upside, pulled back down to test that baby as support, consolidated, and popped back off. Getting great fucking volume on this candle right here. I would actually expect to see some follow through, but you do want to be patient right here. You do expect to get play off that volume candle. You do expect to see volume on a big volume spike like that, but not immediately. It can happen immediately. It can happen immediately to where we just burst through these two levels of resistance that I do have plotted out on the chart. Again, getting above this, our next strong levels of resistance for Mr. Link are going to be... Now, getting above these levels, fucking sky's the limit, dude, because there's nothing above you, dude. There's nothing to hold you back except your own dreams, imaginations, and fantasies, man. There's nothing to hold you back. Nothing to hold you back. But you're already getting a little bit of resistance and pullback from that key level. Now, again, when you do see a nice, just beautiful, just look at that volume, man. That's bigger than the candle. Woo! You do expect to see some follow on that, but be on the lookout for a pullback. There's plenty of time to enter on a confirmed breakout of this resistance level. If you are actually able to close above 98.53, then you do have, I think, a pretty good clear shot up to, what did you say, 10,000? Wanting to test 10,000? That's a 2% trade, but I'd actually set your sights higher, man. Dare to dream, dude. Dare to dream. 10,950 and 11,970 would be the potential trades that I see on the table. And again, the way that you would want to do this is, it would suck to do it on this candle, and I'll tell you why. Because what you want to do is actually wait for the breakout of resistance. And again, I don't really know why I have that level on the chart. Level doesn't really seem to be congruent to anything, so let's just get rid of that. This makes sense to me. Oh, I see why. Because it was this local high. Yeah, but this formed the SFP, so that becomes resistance. Yeah, I don't know why I had that red line on the chart. It's all good. It's all good in the hood, man. Yeah, first level of support did hold that I had plotted out for Link here. That was the top of previous resistance, which did form the breakout. Pull back down to test it, wick down to it, and then pull back on actual daily closing bases to consolidate at that level. Made a lot of sense, and I did have that flag right there. I said, yeah, man, if you drop down below that level, gets super ugly, dude, but we did not. We did not. Yes, we were closing below there on daily levels, but it was just in a consolidation range. Wasn't a consolidation type pattern. Nothing to freak out about. And then you got some nice bullish, you kind of bullish off the retest, again, off the wick of the lower edge of the channel, the fact that you've hit support, and then really once you cross the 50% line of this descending channel, and especially when you break out above the channel, pull back and test it as support. I mean, what do you guys need to see to go long on a goddamn coin, man? Again, I'm not playing Link, but I am actually going to be watching this puppy closely. I'm going to add an alert on this horizontal line because I'm going to take a trade if we do break through. Now, the classical way to do this is to wait for the breakthrough of the candle, whatever time frame you want to look at. Generally, you do want to go down to a lower time frame. And then whatever candle actually breaks the resistance line, you look to go long and manage your risk below that level. So let's just assume that this candle had actually broken the resistance line. You would look to go long and look at your take profit level and manage your risk below that low right there. Okay, that's just the classical way to take the trade. You can update your stop as you go. As soon as you're moving into profit, you start creeping it up and creeping it up and creeping it up until it's above your entry level. You want to do that as soon as possible, especially if you're getting nice bullish movement, because you do want to capture that profit in. In the short term, if you're a short-term trader and you entered anywhere around here, this is a level where I would potentially look to take profit because you're not certain that you're going to break above resistance. It's still resistance until it's not. It's still resistance until it's not. Okay, so you do want to play this cautious. You've had a very nice volume spike if you entered anywhere around this consolidation level right here. I mean, you're up 20, 30%. You're sitting very pretty. Oh, really? Well, that's going to break. Down she goes. Rejection from the point of control. All right. What the fuck were we just talking about? Link. Okay, yeah. So it's resistance until it's not resistance. So you do, if you're not in the trade yet, you do actually want to wait for confirmation of a daily close above this level or a 4-hour close, whatever, whatever time frame you want to use. Generally, I get my trade ideas on the daily or the 12-hour chart, and then I will zoom down to the 1-hour or the 4-hour chart to actually execute my trades. This is actually starting to look a little hairy right here. That's a lot of shit. I think I published this chart. So yeah, you would have done pretty good. Breakout entry, stop loss right here. 9 out of 10 risk. As I said, support here was more likely. All right, cool. I get it. Sounds good to me. Anyways. So yeah, dude, hopefully that answers the question. You got upside targets of 10,950. You have upside targets of 11,970 Satoshis. You have your current resistance at 9,853. And you have potential support coming in around 816 Satoshis. Trade safely and be cautious, my friend. Link to the moon. Michael Fariello says, I have been getting hated on lately for investing in proof of stake coins instead of proof of work coins. My take is both will survive and are needed in the space. What's your take? Okay, I assume that most of the followers of this channel are like, oh shit, he's about to go off on proof of stake. Hold on, man. No, seriously. I think proof of stake is pretty cool. Insofar as it's not going to be used for something that is going to be a replacement for money. I think that if you're going to have a currency, like Bitcoin, something that I actually want to replace money, it needs to be proof of work because it's secure and doesn't have and can't be as easily fucked with. Proof of stake's cool, man. It's a cool concept, dude. But I just don't want it running. I just don't want it running the world currency. I don't want it running a currency that I'm actually going to be using. I have issues with proof of stake as far as it's not so meritocratic and more oligarchic as well. However, those are like, whatever. I think that early investors should get rewards. And again, there are several. Again, I'm not actively invested in a whole lot of these smaller cap coins, but like X42. I got a lot of X42. I believe in the X42 project. They're proof of stake. I think they got a fantastic program, a fantastic team of devs. Once masternodes roll out, I'll be running a masternode for X42. I'm invested in like mining Ethereum. It is what it is. I'm invested in mining Bitcoin. I've got a buddy with some capital that has invested in of my capital that has invested in some other masternode coins and proof of stake projects. Like it's all good, man. I'm diversified. But like what really trips my trigger and gets me excited is Bitcoin and like the replacement of fiat. But it's all good, man. Yeah, I do think that both are needed in the space. But ultimately, I think that proof of work doesn't need proof of stake. But I do think the proof of stake needs proof of work. So to put it in that aspect, I think both are cool, but proof of work could do without proof of stake coins, but I don't think proof of stake coins could do without proof of work coins. Thomas Knudsen says, so much respect to you for taking care of your daughter. She's very lucky having you as a father. Thanks for you making an effort for us to learn. Hey, no problem, man. I just heard her out there kind of yelling. I just went out to check on her. She's good. I just had to reset, make sure she was good. She's fine, dude. I mean, listen, she's not alone out there by herself. She's got somebody to take care of her. Like, don't call child services on me. But, just a little touch from dad. You know what I mean? Just comfort her down. We're about to, it's getting to be about dinner time, man. We're going to go relax, probably eat some dinner. I'll come back, probably update some trades, post some trades for the members group. Answer some questions, answer some DMs, and then we tuck in pretty early around here, man. I get up early in the morning. Skink. God, I'm sorry, dude, if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, bro. Scrigget. How about that? I like the last name, bro. Does it matter to look at altcoins when they just follow Bitcoin? Why not just enter when Bitcoin pumps and sell if volume drops and a downswing comes? Altcoins pump and drop harder than Bitcoin. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So one website that you guys actually can use, like, let's go over here real quick. So one website that I recommend that you guys check out is going to be enroid.com. And enroid.com is going to be able to point out coin correlations for you guys. Or wait, hopefully I got this right. Is Enroid sentiment? Maybe I'm talking about Solium. Correlations. Yeah, okay. So you want to look at Enroid and Solium both do it, but I think that Solium is the better one. So you go to enroid.com/correlations, or you just click correlations up here at the top, and you can actually see the correlation between coins based on timeframes too. So yes, most altcoins do move in the direction of Bitcoin, but some do not, and some do in certain times, and some don't in certain times. So this is something that interesting that you do want to check out, man. So for example, like let's see if Link's on here, man. Okay, so Link's not on there. What about Digibyte? We were just looking at Digibyte. Come on, dude. I don't think their search feature works like it should, honestly, even though this is a really good website. So let me actually put shields down. Yeah, there's Digibyte. Come on, dude. And there's Chainlink. For the love of God. So we'll click on Chainlink. Oh my God. So yeah, we can actually see that looking at link to Bitcoin correlation, the zero line means they're not correlated at all. And below the zero line means they're negatively correlated, meaning if Bitcoin's going down, the price of Link is actually going up. So if we actually look from basically during November, you would want to be buying Link every time that Bitcoin is going down. So it acted as a hedge. Dogecoin, look at fucking Dogecoin, dude. Like, let's look at the chart of Dogecoin real quick, dude. Yeah, so here's the daily chart. Here's August, dude. So when Bitcoin really started its decline, and look at the massive pump in Dogecoin. Okay, then Dogecoin goes down. And then November, when the levy broke in Bitcoin, dude, look what Dogecoin did. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. So a hedge into Doge, selling your BTC for Doge would have put you up like 70%, dude. Things to keep in mind. Not all altcoins are directly correlated. To Bitcoin's movement. Fifth Ronin says, middle of the night in Sweden, but can't stop watching the show. Hey, thanks, man. Hey, thanks, brother. No, hey, Fouad Adawad. Hey, thanks so much, dude. I appreciate that, bro. XRP Andy, sup, G? What's going on, dog? Xanimus Cryptos, cooking spaghetti here. Hell yeah, dude. Fifth Ronin, it's going to be 1,000 X42 for a masternode. That's for tier 3. So I don't think I got... if any of the X42 guys are on, but I would assume... They're always on the morning show. Mike 500, Gabe and all them. I'll ask in the... well, again, I'm sure it's in the Discord. I know directly off the top of my head, it's going to be the minimum is 1,000 X42, and that's for a tier 3 masternode. They're also going to have 2 and 1. Yeah, no shit, dude. Well, no, it's actually August. It's actually August, dude. Dogecoin just blew up in August, dude. Good times, dude. Good times. All right. Jürgen Ernst, welcome back, brother. All right, that's all I got, guys. I want to go hang out with my daughter, man. I'm hungry, dude. I want to eat some dinner. I got sub sandwich calling my name with no bread because I'm on the keto diet. Midas Touch. Hey, good evening to you, man. Sorry you missed the bulk of the show. Rewind. You're going to enjoy it, man. Tonight was a good one. Okay, so with that being said, guys, announcements. Wednesday, January the 9th, from 8 to 10 Eastern time, I will have Bennett, commonly known as Bitcoin Trading Challenge, on the show for a 2-hour special evening stream, guys. That's going to be a great show. Make sure you guys tune into that. The following evening, the 10th, Thursday, January the 10th, I will be having on DigiWarfare from Spectre Security Coin from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern time. So there's going to be good shows, guys. There are going to be no morning shows. Monday the 7th, Wednesday the 9th. Everything else should be good, guys. Everything else should be good. Okay, just crossing out stuff on my to-do list. Got a lot of stuff done today. All right. Okay, so now the regular stuff, guys. So make sure you tune in for those shows. They're going to be good ones. They're going to be cryptocurrency shows in the evening with guests. Going to be looking to do much more of those. Have another guest coming on the show in the next upcoming weeks. I actually have a lot of guests lined up, guys. Just need to, but you know, I'm busy and they're busy, so it's just figuring out times and the technical issues of having people on the stream and et cetera, et cetera. But all right, so that's going to be it for this evening, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this evening live stream of Breaking Bitcoin. If you guys have enjoyed the stream and you would like to support what we do here at Kraken Cryptocurrency, make sure you guys hit those thumbs up buttons, hit that subscribe and the notification bell. Come on over to Twitch at twitch.tv/Kraken Crypto. Give us a follow, give us a subscription. We would highly appreciate that, guys. Supports the stream, helps us keep the lights on. If you guys would like to receive more value for your value, then consider heading on over to the third greatest website on the internet, KrakenCryptocurrency.com, guys. Beautiful website. We would like your input on the website. Scott's done a fantastic job with the upgrades. The next thing that we will be doing is integrating Discord into the website for the premium subscribers. So that means we will no longer have to host things where we currently host them. We will be able to have a Discord login portal directly on the website. You just log in with your Discord ID and password, and you can have access to all the premium resources. And because that'll be easier and allow us to run stuff on our server, we'll be able to actually add more options and resources for the subscribers. But if you would like to support the stream and get value for your value, considering heading on over to the KrakenCryptocurrency.com merch store, guys, and picking up this, the greatest in all beverage vessels, under mugs and drinkware. Scroll on down and feast your eyes on this beauty right here, the Kraken Cryptocurrency HODL mug. I drink my morning coffee out of this every day, and because of this, I am 80% more successful in my trades and 95% more attracted to the opposite sex. However, there is a button on the back. If you prefer the same sex, you just click it. It works the same. It's all good, guys. Not FDIC insured. Again, neither of those statements are approved by the SEC. So if you want the greatest in all beverage vessels, consider heading on over there. We do get a small kickback from the sale of the merch. Again, helps keep the lights on here, and we highly appreciate the support, guys. If you would like to start January, if you would like to start 2019 off on the right foot, if the bear market has got you down, if you're tired of losses and you would like to start seeing dings in the bucket as far as profits go instead of drops in the ocean as far as losses go, consider joining the Kraken Cryptocurrency Premium Trading Group. You will get access as a subscriber to our proprietary signals and trade setups, access to the private Discord members lounge, access to the VIP day trading chat room where you can day trade voice chat with other traders as well. You will get access to our resource library database. You will get access to a customizable trading journal for yourself with support. You will get access to our webinar series designed to teach you to be a profitable and successful trader. And you will also get access to our curated news. Scott does curate the news on a daily basis for you guys. So no looking and hunting and searching for news that you think is relevant to the cryptocurrency markets. Scott does all that in-house, and it is provided for you. Yeah. Sorry, we add stuff to that like every day, so I have to like check and make sure that I'm not forgetting something. So if you guys would like to join the premium trading group, all the information and pricing is available on the website, also in the Discord as well, in the premium info channel. So that's all for me, guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, sarcastic remarks, and or death threats, make sure, as always, to leave them in the comments section down below. Or you can reach us at contact@krakencryptocurrency.com or DM an admin or moderator or any other person. No, not any other person. What the fuck? DM an admin, moderator, or analyst. You'll see their roles in the Discord. Or again, you can reach out to our email, guys. All right. You guys are fantastic and awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Trade safely as always. I will be back actively trading in the morning again, but I have been doing analysis and posting trades for all the trading group members as well for today. And I'm going to finish that up for the night. Try to be wrapped up here in a couple hours, and then I can lay down, cuddle with my daughter, and have a good evening, guys. You guys have a good night. Trade safely as always. I'll be here tomorrow. Cracking Cryptocurrency. Peace out, guys.